Okay, so this is me saying something so that it can switch over to me. Did it switch over to me?
Yeah, I already saw it though.
Yeah, but now I'm going to talk and it's going to come back to me. So just start over.
All right, hold on a second. Evan, I want you to give me a non-verbal cue that it has switched over to me. Has it switched over to me? In the beginning, there was baseball. It is Tuesday, April 7th, and I am CJ, and I have been joined by Kramer over here. Everyone say hi to Kramer. And everyone say hi to my co-host, Evan. You can find us on Twitter. Hey, shut up. I wasn't done yet. That's okay. I actually forgive you. You can find me on Twitter at CJ in Pinstripes, and you can find him at Evan D. Wetzel 4. Take it away, Evan D. Wetzel 4.
This is 27 Down, the perfect podcast for the perfect game. Welcome, guys. We are brought to you by Grunt Talks, MLB.com. We're in partnership with them, and it's going great. So I just want to give a shout out to them and the team. On Thursday, we're going to have the VP, Michael Torres. He works with me daily trying to bring you guys the best content. So we're really excited to have him on. It's been a great partnership so far.
Yep, pretty pumped about that. That's going to be awesome. You get to see kind of the mind behind what it is we're working with. And yeah, like Evan said, we're very, very excited to, this thing has really flown better than we thought it was going to.
Yep.
So we're going to start off with a little bad news. Start off with a little bit of a downer. Al Kaline has passed away at the age of, I believe, 85.
That's correct.
So our, sympathies to the Tigers family, everyone who's a Tigers fan out there. If you happen to be a Tigers fan, tell us what's a memory of Al Kaline. You can tweet us. What's a memory of Al Kaline you had? Maybe you weren't alive for it because he did play a long time ago. But what's something when you hear Al Kaline, what do you think of? What do you hear? What do you imagine? He, just to put it out there, he was a great hitter. I mean, the guy was, he was topping out at a close to 90 WAR. He was a fantastic player, and he was just an ambassador for the game, man. Like a lot of people.
Yeah.
He was just one of those guys that even people on other teams kind of saw as a positive player, someone good for the sport.
Yeah.
What news do we have, Evan? What do you want to talk about first?
Man shits is doing more crap to the game.
Yeah, so let's talk about the man that you like to refer as man followed by some form of fecal matter. What's Manfred doing?
Well, as I stated in previous episodes, he wants to get the game back as fast as possible, and he's willing to do anything to do that. And I also think he's using it as an opportunity to implement those stupid changes that he wanted to do even before this coronavirus thing. So he's going to do it. We're going to be excited that baseball's back, and no one's going to say shit. So we might have a 7-inning become the new norm for the rest of our lives, and I can't handle that. I don't understand why beyond this you would have to do that. I don't get it. I don't get why they're talking about permanent changes like that right now.
All right, so there's quite a bit to talk about here. So let's talk first about kind of something that we brought up a couple of episodes ago. Joe asked us how we potentially felt about 7-inning games. Now, here's the thing, everyone. You might not see it as a big deal, but it is a major deal because baseball is built on the powers of 3. Okay, there's 3 strikes, there's 3 outs, there's that alone, that right there, that the fact that there's 3 outs per inning, and the fact that means you're going to get through 9 innings, everyone gets to come up at least 3 times. Okay, so the 9 innings is the second power of 3, and then the third power of 3 is 27. That's how many outs it takes to, complete a game. And that's where we get our damn namesake from. That's why we call ourselves 27 down, because you got to get 27 outs to complete your perfect game. So when you start tinkering with that, you actually start tinkering with what I'm going to call the biochemistry of the game.
Yeah.
That's when you start altering the actual DNA of the game. And any move that alters the DNA of the game alters the way that the game functions. So
Yep.
that's why if you want to go with a 7-inning game, what are we playing at this point? Because how can you then tell me this is still the game of baseball? Outside of the fact that people are using bats and balls and they're still like the main central drive of the game is the same, it's no longer the same game once you start tinkering with the number of innings you can play. What good is eliminating 2 innings really gonna do?
None.
What is that supposed to really do?
None.
Is it those 2 innings that's really killing people?
Yeah, and see, that's what pisses me off is the casual fan is not going to drastically, oh, wow, now I'm going to watch baseball. They got rid of 2 innings. No, that's not how this works, and they need to stop catering to this casual fan because it's ruining it for the diehards like us who go to 10, 15, 20 games a season and actually care about this as it's our lifestyle.
Yeah, and I'm just going to say it because I say it all the time. This is a sport where we stop in the middle of the game to sing. I don't think that these are people that are going to suddenly go. It's like when they got rid of the 4 pitches for the intentional walk. Who actually went, hey, want to go watch a baseball game? Nah, man, I don't like baseball. Game's too long. Oh, no. They got rid of the 4 pitches for the intentional walk. Whoa, let's go. Let's go watch a game. Yeah. I'm down. Let's go do it.
It's not even noticeable. Like I forget that they even did that sometimes because it's not noticeable.
Now look, I do get the idea that they're doing it because they want to get in as many games as possible, but I'm telling you, if it's successful, Manfred's going to try to push it through.
100%. Yeah.
So that's the first issue. The second issue is stop. Nobody's doing anything. In fact, the only people that's doing anything right now is like WWE. They just had WrestleMania. Do you know where they had WrestleMania? They had it in their performance center in Florida. Do you know how many people were in attendance? 0. Do you know how good it was? It wasn't.
Yeah. I've heard pretty bad things, but people are also trying to live off the hype of it because we have nothing right now. So I have heard good things as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. There were a couple of moments in there that were really solid. And they actually did some stuff that you wouldn't normally be able to do. Like they filmed a match at a graveyard with The Undertaker. And it was like 30 minutes long. And it was like watching a horror movie. It was actually really, really cool.
I heard the commentary was pretty good. Like they had all the people mic'd up and stuff and you could hear more, or is that not?
Well, I think it was more that you might be thinking of the fact that since they did some matches off site, they did mic up some of the wrestlers. So when The Undertaker was beating down his opponent, he was like talking trash to him. It was pretty. But anyway, that show shouldn't have happened either. This is what I'm getting at: is that these sports leagues they're not doing anything for a reason. It's for the safety of their players. Look, cool. You're going to have the games. You're going to have them in empty stadiums in Arizona. But you know something? The players are still going to get sick.
I mean, at this point, yes, because everyone keeps looking to the South Korea, I believe, their professional league is back and they're doing well. Well, they also are on a different time frame than we are.
Not only that, they took this whole coronavirus thing completely differently in that they had testing readily available immediately, and I'm not going to say they squashed it, but it was not able to grow like it has grown in the United States, where we didn't have testing like that. So yeah, the South Korea has nothing to do with what we're doing here. It's an apples to oranges comparison. The virus is still spreading here. Nobody should be doing anything. And it hurts to say because, sure, I'd love to have some baseball games. I'd love to watch baseball. But if it's not worth it, man, it's just not worth it. And I swear to God, if Rob Manfred opens the sport back up and people start getting sick, now what?
Well, I think they would too, because the reason it's still dangerous to the fans is because a lot of these fans, they're not going to stay at home to watch these games. They're going to try to go to any bar that's open, if it is. If their city allows it, they're going to be there. So that might be an issue.
And if people know where the players are going to be playing, they're going to try to go to the stadium to get autographs. Even though, like, you're not allowed in to watch the game, a lot, some people, maybe not a lot, but even if it's a small group of people, well, now you're actually creating an environment where people are congregating and possibly infecting one another.
Right. I mean, I want
It's
baseball
not
as soon as
worth it.
possible, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be. They had that report that it could possibly be May. It's not going to be May if it's still a detriment to people. And we're what? It's April 7th now. These months are going by really quick because we're doing the same thing every day.
Dude, I don't even think, and this is just my prediction here, I don't even think restaurants are going to be open until June. So you're telling me that you want to have baseball in May? It's not going to happen. I stand by my prediction of July 1st.
I think we're going to see it in June. I think he's going to try to beat the July 1st. But even if he does, it's probably only going to be about 2 weeks that he can do that, because you really need to look at the time frame of how the events are happening throughout this, pandemic and stuff. And I think, like everyone has said, it needs to be hotter. And that's not going to happen till mid-June, July, and then definitely August,
And there's not even much evidence to show that heat is going to do anything to the virus, because people in Florida are still getting sick. People in Florida are still and Florida is it's the beginning of April, and Florida is like 85 degrees at this point. So
no offense to Florida, but they suck.
Well, they're not the greatest, but hey, if the virus is still spreading there, then I really don't think heat is going to slow this thing down. But I will say I do think it is going to slow down. There's already evidence that shows that New York is slowing down in infectivity, and New York is a hot spot. So I do think this is going to naturally go away by the summer. But you're not. I'm sorry, May? No, stop it. No more. Stop it, Manfred.
Do you think Manfred could go away by the summer? That would be great.
What if? And just hear me out here. What if I punch him in the face?
I was thinking he should hang out with James Dolan right now. They could have a grand old party.
I wasn't going to go there. But of course,
sorry, is that too much?
Of course, you're the supervillain of the show, so of course you went there.
Dude, it would take care of two issues: save baseball and the Knicks.
Well, James Dolan's doing fine.
Son of a bitch.
Oh boy. Hey, that was fun. Shall we move on to what we had prepared?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
So, we decided to come up with a list of the worst. This is going to do another one of our top fives, but we're shifting away from movies. We're going to do the 5 worst contracts. Now, Evan and I interpreted this list a little differently, I believe, if I remember what you said before. I did the 5 worst contracts from the moment they were signed. So this isn't, it's 2020. Let's look forward to what teams owe players going forward, because that's a different list than the list I created, which is what at the moment the contract was signed, how bad was it? Now, there's some overlap to that list. So some of the contracts that were bad from the very beginning are still some of the worst right now. But you got to keep in mind, a player that signed a terrible contract in, let's say, the early 2000s and is no longer on the team, they're obviously no longer going to be on the list of bad contracts now. So just to understand the difference in where Evan and I went with this, I went worst at time of signing. Evan, I believe, went worst if we think of it now going forward. Correct?
Correct.
All right. So I don't remember what you said you wanted to do, but let's do it.
Yeah, I'm going to do my honorable mentions, and I think you had some too. Then you'll do yours, and I'll do my list.
Cool. Go for it.
Okay, so my first honorable mention is Kevin Brown.
Oh, yeah.
My second is Kei Agawa.
Ugh.
My third is Carl Crawford when he signed with the Red Sox.
That was really bad. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah. Mike Hampton.
Okay, yep.
And B.J. Melvin Upton Jr., like every contract he ever signed.
That was especially the one when he signed with the Braves.
Oh, yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I didn't have much in the way of really like honorable mentions as much as I had. I did come up with some players that had bad contracts in terms of now going forward.
Right.
So those bad contracts now going forward I thought of Eric Hosmer. Eric Hosmer has 6 years left on his 8-year, $144 million deal, and it's been dreadful for those 2 years. And the other one that I came up with now in the wake of his injury is Chris Sale. So Chris Sale actually has the double whammy of making it so that the Red Sox had to trade Mookie.
Right.
So his entire 5-year, 145 extension kicked in this year.
So you blame Chris Sale for the Mookie more than you would JD Martinez.
I mean, it's a combination of things, but the Red Sox. Yeah. But JD is a solid. He's a good hitter. JD, I wouldn't call the JD contract bad. It's not a bad contract. Sure, It hindered them a little financially, but I would call the Sale contract bad because not only did it add the hindrance of financial ability, but he's a question mark now. Who knows where he's going to go from here? He already had his moments last year where he struggled. So,
right at Yankee Stadium, he gave up a grand slam. I believe it was amazing, and then he was cursing at the fans. It was great.
I mean, he got shelled by the Mariners on opening night.
No, that's right. Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. So, are you going to go first with your main list, or am I?
Yeah, I can go first.
All right, go ahead.
Number 5, a Yankee, Jacoby Poopsbury.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, especially considering he's not even going to play for them anymore.
He could probably be number 1 on a lot of people's lists, but I put him at 5. Number 4, this is for Joe, Yoenis Cespedes. Trash.
Wait, hold on. Hold on.
Oh, God damn it. You got Mets on our show.
We don't even know that. We don't even know the contract.
Wait a second. Mr. Met isn't flipping anyone off in this picture. What's going on?
Yeah, I looked him up to get a background, and that's all there was. It was like 99 pictures of him giving the finger, and then this one. So.
You should have gone with that one. That's his best picture.
This is all I have to say about Cespedes is that this is his comeback year, and coronavirus screwed him because he was going to make up for the last 2 years this year, and I'm out.
Well, he can't be worse.
All right, moving right along.
Number 3, Red Sox, Pablo Sandoval.
Oh yeah, that's terrible too. Yeah,
he was so bad for them.
He was so bad. Yeah.
Number 2 is Chris Davis for Baltimore.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And number 1, the worst trade in the history of the Mets, Robinson Cano with Seattle when he signed his 10-year stupid deal.
You have no idea. You have no idea that yet. He got hurt last year. He was hurt. He was hurt. No. These two guys, you're picking.
No, he's been trash. He's been trash.
What are you, the New York Post? Like, what are you?
Trash.
You guys just putting up BS on your back page? Like,
he's been trash. He's getting older. He's not going to be good going forward.
No. You look at all the rest. Are you kidding me? He's going to have the freshest legs. You wait. He's going to break all his Yankee records.
Does he even have a position?
I'm out.
He's already.
Bye, Joe.
All right. Okay. I'm going to have one on my list. And remember, everyone, this is at the moment that the contract was signed. I'm going to have one on my list that you're sorely missing from your list.
I'm proud. Yeah, it probably went over it, though, when I was looking at it, but let's hear it.
So I actually do have one more honorable mention for the way that my list was
sure.
Was Josh Hamilton.
Yep, I considered him.
So 5 years, $125 million with the Angels. He had one fantastic year with the Rangers, but it was obviously a career year. He goes to the Angels, he falls apart.
Dude, that's such a tragic story anyway, because he tossed a ball to a fan and the father died, and I think that really mentally affected him for the rest of his life.
Probably, and it would be hard. It would be hard for it not to. I mean,
he had the drug issues and everything else. Then he went through a horrible divorce, and those are 3 traumatic experiences that could, in some cases, give someone post-traumatic stress disorder. To be honest.
Yeah, for sure. My number 5 was Carl Crawford. Now, yep. Carl Crawford is an interesting case, right? Because he was always an incredible player. He was really, really good. So there was no reason to think that he was going to tank quite to the level that he did. But look, I've been trying for a while now to find the player that had the single greatest regular season drop in WAR from one season to the next.
Right.
I haven't been able to find anyone worse than Carl Crawford on this.
Wow. How far did it drop?
He, in his final year, so a couple of seasons. So let's start from, remember, folks, he signed with the Red Sox in 2011. I'm going to start from, let's say, 05. So in 05, 4.8, 06, 4.7, some good years, down a little bit, 3.3, 2.8, but then way back up in 09, 5.9. He's really breaking out, 7.7 in 2010.
Well,
2011, a big, fat goose egg.
Oh, my God. I didn't know it was that bad.
0 WAR, which basically means he was equal to a just rando from the minor leagues. If you were to just call someone up and just throw him out there, he was that level. So a 7.7 WAR drop. So, yeah.
I just realized a contract that I left off that could be one of the worst.
Who?
Resny Castillo.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty bad, too. I didn't put that on my list, but he's
okay.
If I had thought of him, he would have been an honorable mention as well.
He's still in Pawtucket 4 years in a row now.
yeah, that sucks.
Sucks.
Number 4, I have Cano, 10, 240.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, it could have been higher, but some of the names on this list are just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, number 3, I have Chris Davis.
Yep. Okay.
Chris Davis at 7 years, $161 million. Now, he has 3 years left. He would probably also be on my list of players bad now as a contract.
Right.
Number 2, right? Is that what I'm up to? Number 2? Yeah.
Correct.
Here's the one you left off, man. Miguel Cabrera.
Yep. I thought about it
Cabrera.
heavily.
Yep. So here's the thing. Cabrera has 4 years left on this deal. And this dude is toast. Miguel Cabrera, I mean, I love him. Don't get me wrong. He is one of the best hitters we've ever seen in our lifetime. But the guy just can't hit anymore. In 2019, -3 WAR, I believe. Yeah, -3 in 2018, 0.7 in 2017, 0.2. He's just completely collapsed. Pretty much since the deal started, he's been bad.
Yeah.
And here's what makes it worse. They gave him this deal when he had 2 years left on his contract.
Yeah.
So in reality, they were locking him up for the next 10 years. Yeah, no, that sucks. That sucks a lot, actually.
Yeah.
So that's number 2 for me. He, by the way, if I made a list of the worst contracts starting now going forward, he would be my number 1.
Yeah. I considered him and Pujols strongly, but because of how great their careers were, I left them off. But the contracts, you were right, are 100% ridiculous. And
yeah,
at the time of the signing were terrible. You're right.
Cabrera, was great in his last contract.
Yeah.
But now in this new one, I mean, I'm sorry, respect for what you did, but that doesn't change what you are now.
Right. And I think they gave it to him out of respect, like you said. Yeah. I don't think they could fathom him leaving Detroit, so they gave it to him.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Then number 1, I mean, you all know what it is. It's Albert Pujols to me. I think he's the worst contract that's ever been signed. So in the years leading up, so these were his last 3 years with the Cardinals. WAR totals of 8.4. Then 6.8, then 3.9. The guy was clearly declining. The guy was clearly over the hill. And then the Angels come out and give a 31-year-old a 10-year deal. Oh, by the way, a 31-year-old.
Yeah.
That dude is not no damn 30 whatever he is.
He's at least 45.
Yeah, he's older than that. And he's accidentally alluded to being older in interviews.
Yeah, and you know what? You keep bringing up WAR, and it's a stat that I love to look at as far as like declining, because you can really see the drop off in that. I don't think at the time period in which he signed the contract, anyone gave a fuck about WAR. So perhaps that's why
It was some teams were looking at it. So today in baseball, the vast majority of general managers are pretty smart, and there's heavy analytics departments. There might be a couple of teams still lagging behind, but back then it wasn't quite as much. It was like Friedman back when he was still with the Rays. The Yankees were kind of doing it. The Red Sox were kind of doing it.
Right.
But yeah, the Angels weren't.
No,
I'm not even 100% convinced that they are now. So,
come on, Artie Moreno, he just throws his wallet at people and says, "Come play here."
I mean, it took him forever to get rid of Mike Scioscia. That dude was like now I can't. I'm brain farting on the dude's name, but he used to coach the Bengals.
Lewis.
Marvin Lewis. Yeah,
Marvin Lewis.
He was the Marvin Lewis of MLB.
Yeah.
You would always sit back and go, "Why is Mike Scioscia still the manager of this team?"
I have constantly said he's one of the most overrated managers of all time.
Yeah. There you go, folks. There's our top fives.
All right, Joe, you have some questions for us?
I do. I'm coming back. All right.
God damn it, Joe.
All right, let's do it. All right, so
I got injured just looking at that picture.
So I'm telling you, he's gonna break your heart.
When broke my orbital bone staring at that.
When they finally play, all he's gonna do is break hearts on the other teams.
And yours when he gets injured.
No.
He's gonna break his bones in his body. That's for sure.
Okay, questions. Here we go.
Lightning round. The player that you've had the most fun watching in your life, not necessarily the best, but like they get on the field and you're like, this guy's fun to watch.
Nick Swisher.
All right.
Bernie Williams, Brett Gardner, Matt Suey.
Wow. Which Matt Suey?
you son of a bitch, really?
What? Kaz?
Hideki Matsui. Kaz get out of here.
I forgot about Hideki. I just know Kaz Matsui on this side of New York.
Typical Mets fan.
I still can't tell if you're trolling or not.
No. But my favorites, not that you guys are interested, Bartolo Colon. He was fun to watch, even if you're not a Mets fan.
Yeah, he was.
Cespedes, because he's going to hit Rockets this year. He's going to hit Rockets.
You mean the 2 games you've seen him play in?
And Al Leiter. Al Leiter was a maniac on the field. I liked watching him. Best home field in between innings event.
Oh man, I really like at Yankee Stadium the hat game. I will happily say,
like the thing under the hat, and they just move the hats around.
They move the hats around,
like the cup.
Yeah, correct. I'll say this proudly.
I don't know, man. That's not really that original. Like,
no, I don't care, and I'll tell you why. No, you got to understand me on this. I'm undefeated in the cap game. And Yankee Stadium's cap game is harder than anyone else's. I'm telling you,
it's all the same computer program.
No, it's not. The Yankee Stadium one is much faster.
Same program, different hat, man.
Nope. The Yankee Stadium one is much faster. And I'll say this: I've been going to Yankee games since I was a little kid. Have not lost one time. Evan, what about you?
Well, first off, I can confirm that CJ is telling the truth. I've gone to at least 4 or 5 games with him, and he's gotten it right every time. I would have to agree. That's mine. I mean, that's the only one I know of. I don't follow.
I mean, there's YMCA, but like whatever.
I like the YMCA.
What do you guys know about the Freeze in Atlanta?
Huh?
He gives people like a 50-yard head start, and then
the Freeze. The
Freeze. Then he races and he beats them. Like he gives them like a 50-yard head start. They're like through center field, and he starts from left field and beats them to right field. He's lost a couple times, but like every night he's like a world-class sprinter.
That one's good. I also like the presidential race, and I was
going to say, damn it, CJ.
The sausages, the sausages are good, and the presidents, yep.
That was going to be mine, the presidents. Do you remember when Randall Simon with a baseball bat hit one of the presidents?
Yeah, I do remember that, yeah.
Oh my God.
The real bat?
Yeah, he hit the top of the head, and he went down.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, pretty fucked up, actually.
He got in a lot of trouble for that shit.
Best home field food, any park that you guys have been to.
Oh man. Listen, I gotta be okay. So I have 2 answers for this, and you're gonna like one of them. I mean, you gotta get the Shake Shack when you're at Citi Field, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I love
right.
Houston Shake Shack burgers. But I went to when I went to Baltimore, they have over by the warehouse, they have the big barbecue pit. So eating the pit meat at Camden Yards.
I hate you, CJ. Do you want to just keep taking my answers? The correct answer is Baltimore barbecue pit. God damn it!
Is it? Wow.
No, Camden Yards is incredible. I love Camden Yards. It's a beautiful park. Yeah,
even the surrounding area, like the bars in the surrounding area, are pretty nice.
I just love the atmosphere around it because you just walk around the whole stadium. It's awesome.
Yeah,
and the crab legs and everything down there.
Oh,
is great
crab
too.
legs, yeah, hell yeah. The soft shell crab on a bun, yum yum.
Woo.
At the park they have that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I do believe so.
So mine, I haven't been to that many parks. I was just thinking about it. I've only been to Mets, Citi Field, the old Yankee Stadium. I haven't even been to the new Yankee Stadium.
What
yet.
a great question then, bro.
and the Diamondbacks, I've been there. And Coors Field, the Elk Brats. That's probably the most original thing I've had. It was not too many ballparks sell elk.
I got to throw some respect at the Yankees because they have the garlic fries at Yankee Stadium. I will make my breath stink all day to those. Those are delicious.
They're pretty damn good, yeah.
Best mascot. We all know who it is, but I'll let you guys answer.
I will say only Mr. Met, but only when he's flipping people off. Otherwise,
he's got a soft side.
I don't know. As much as I don't like the Phillies, I do like the Fanatic. He does some funny stuff.
Those were my two, actually.
I'm going with the Philly Fanatic just because I'm not going with the Mets. They suck.
Philly Fanatic's funny. And you guys ever see the Colts mascot? I know this is a different sport. You ever see?
I don't think so.
No, not really.
I don't think so.
This guy's hilarious. Check him out. Next time somebody hits a field goal or scores a touchdown for the Colts, watch this guy. He's a wild man.
Okay.
A wild man.
We will check it out.
All right. And I just wanted to shout out Marcus Stroman, Best Instagram Award. So I just want
He has me blocked on Twitter. He sucks. He's such a baby.
Dude is putting in work right now. He is going to win Cy Young over DeGrom, and I'm okay with that.
Best social media account goes to, I'm going to miss it, Didi Gregorius. Who assigns an emoji to all of the players on the team, on the 25-man roster. So, like, I think Aaron Hicks is like the old man because he's like bald, looks older than he actually is.
Yeah.
Or, like, I remember it was Matt Holliday. Matt Holliday's emoji on Twitter was the straight face with a flexing bicep. If that's not perfectly Matt Holliday, then nothing is. So I'm gonna miss those after victory tweets from him.
I like anything Trevor Bauer does. He's awesome on Twitter. He's very funny. But no, Stroman blocked me because I said Cashman said that he didn't want you on the Yankees because he thought you were a number 4 starter. He's right. You are a number 4 starter. You're a very good one.
No. He's putting in work, man. If anyone is going to beat DeGrom this year, Stroman's the only guy that has a chance. I'm out.
I can talk shit about Stroman all day, which is why he blocked me.
I guess that's it. I guess we're done. What a wonderful show this was, and I haven't even gotten naked yet.
This is 27 Down, the perfect podcast for the perfect game. Take care, guys.